Not exactly the same, and like you said, everybody expects to have clean drinking water. They expect to have good drinking water. This is all happening in an unincorporated McHenry County in one small community, and residents reached out to me saying that they are seeing yellowish colored water, orange colored water, and rust colored water. It comes out of their tap many times. You can see it right there. Look at that. Now, would you want to bathe in that?
Or cook in that?
No. And this is the filter that they showed me. Look at this. I mean, they change these filters all of the time. And as you can see, it's rusty, it's orangey, it's gooey, it's gross. They're spending a lot of money on these filters. They're spending money on bottled water. The residents say the water tastes bad. They say it smells bad. They say that it's staining the utilities. They're staining their sinks, their tubs, appliances. Of course, this is all from high levels of iron. Actually, surprisingly enough, not hazardous to your health. High levels of iron, if you could believe it. We did reach out to some health experts, and they say that there can be some health effects for people who do have a pre-existing condition where they can't process iron. It can also not properly get all of the soap off of your hands, so you could have residue of soap, and then that can be irritating to your skin. And of course, there's an issue with hygiene then if that soap is not coming off of your hands. But overall, you actually do need some iron in your water. That being said, of course, these residents say this water is gross, it's disgusting, smells bad, tastes bad. They don't want to drink it. They want more action from the water provider. Of course, they want a fix, and they're hoping that they can see a fix by reaching out to us. They've been dealing with this for years.
That was my next question. How long have they been dealing with this, and how much money would you say every month they have to spend to get bottled water and their usage?
Yeah, they've been dealing with this for several years. They say that they've been spending anywhere from hundreds to thousands of dollars buying these filters, buying softeners, buying bottles of water. The water company is not providing those bottles of water right now. You know, they say that there is a plan, though, to get this fixed in 2025. Before the residents did reach out to us, there was a plan. There was not a full specific timeline of that plan. It was supposed to be fixed sometime in 2025, according to the residents and according to the water company. But then we got involved, and there was a little bit of action. That timeline, and I don't want to give everything away yet, but that timeline for the fix, for the full fix, will hopefully be a little bit in early 2025. So that's going to be moved up, but we're going to, at 10 o'clock tonight, talk about that timeline getting moved up. We're going to hear more about what the water company has to say, what the problem is. We're going to talk more about those levels of iron and what the potential problem is with that risk and the high levels of iron. And maybe, you know, if you're at home, what are the levels of iron that could concern you, or what are the levels that would be something that you need to look out for? Because there is a level, even though there's not a health hazard, there is a level in the state of Illinois where they say, you know, the iron can only be at a certain level before they consider it to be a level where action needs to be taken. And the action does need to be taken in this community. The EPA is saying that something needs to be done. The issue with this community, though, is they are under 1,000 people. So even though the water company says, yes, we're doing everything we can to try to use iron filtration, to try to get rid of this iron, because that community is under 1,000 people, there's only so much the EPA can do to get this long-term fix. But now, hopefully, this long-term fix will be happening.
Well, usually when you get involved, stuff gets done. Unincorporated McHenry, so are these rural areas? McHenry County, you said, rural communities? I mean, 1,000 people is not a whole lot of people.
Yeah, and there are some other areas affected around this community too. This one specific community that we are looking at has just under 1,000 people. It's called the Eastwood Manor community. But yeah, people still, you know, if you could just imagine if you were dealing with this, as we said, everyone expects to have clean water, water that smells good, water that tastes good, so you wouldn't want to have to deal with this. And look at this, and of course, just staining the tubs.
A shower or a bath.
You want to put your skin on it. I guess thinking about it, 1,000 people is a good chunk of people affected by this.
Even one person. I mean, you know, if it's your house,
you're paying for the water too, and you're
they do pay for that water.
Right. Okay. Wow. Full I-team report. You've called it "Disgusted by Water." Is that what we're going with?
Yeah, they're disgusted by water, and we're going to talk about some of these levels and really get into the data.
That I'm interested in as well. I think a lot of people
worried about their health for sure, and how it affects the younger people versus the older people who live in that household.
Right,
you
yeah,
know?
it depends on if you do have, there is one pre-existing condition where you could be affected more by this. But, you know, the biggest thing too is the cleanliness. You know, if you're not using the water to clean yourself, to wash your hands, if you're not getting in the tub, if that soap residue is on your hands, that could be an issue as
Defeats
well.
the purpose, yeah.
Very
Okay,
in-depth.
tonight at 10, he'll join us here on the set, and then we'll put wherever you're watching, if you're streaming us, the web team usually gets that up within a couple hours so you can watch it
Yep.
if you miss it. Okay,
Right.
Jason, thank you.
Very good
Yeah, we'll see you.
information too. All right.